Good afternoon. Today is the 3rd of September and it's time for yet another channel update. So August 2024 was another month of a vast number of slightly shambolic shuffles. Thank you to all of those who have subscribed to the channel during that month. Also, we've had, I think, a couple of new members, so welcome. You do get to see videos early, particularly the very vague vlogs, which come out to channel members on the top 2 tiers about 3 weeks early. So I hope you all enjoy that. One thing I must address, and it's something that I got a lot of comments on during the 10 videos that I did at Nworth house, is that we're probably not going to go to that event next year. The reason is that it's just impossible to actually do decent videos in the way that I do them. There are a number of factors that made the videos, I think, a little bit poor this time. The sheer amount of announcements that they do, there was almost constant announcements of that show. The other thing is the wind noise, which was terrible. Wind noise was awful. It just happens to be that, like, the sort of natural amphitheatre at Nworth, where the sort of slopes kind of curve down and up, and that seems to be very conducive for noise from the wind. The other thing is the singing, which just happened at various points of the day, and the points of the day that I was there just happened to be the time when the singer was singing. Obviously, if you are not filming, if you're just taking stills or just there, I don't think that's too much of a problem. But if you're actually filming and you're doing live commentary, which I have to do because it would just take me far too long to do otherwise, it just really sort of ruins it. Now, there are certain events like the Concord Classics that happens in Eastleigh every September, which we're going to be going to this month, where they have got commentary, but it's not too bad. I can cope with that. It's only 2 parts anyway, that show. It's a little local thing, and that's fine. But with Nworth House, it just didn't work very well, and I apologise for that. The other thing I should have done there is not use the phone that I've been using a lot for shambolic shuffles recently, because I'm just not very impressed now with the quality of it. The film I'm using to record this is a different one. I've held off using this for a while, maybe for shambolic shuffles, because the autofocus isn't necessarily that good on this. But in terms of the sound quality, in terms of the stabilisation, in terms of the picture quality, this phone is actually better than the one I was using. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch that to using that as a main phone, for phone calls and other things. The one that I've been using my main phone, I'm going to move that towards being used for filming a little bit more, because it's fine. It's like the older version of the one that has been causing problems. Like the newer one is actually worse, which is really strange. It's worse for filming the old one, which is a massive disappointment. Unfortunately, the filming that I've done over the last sort of 5 years that I've been using most of my own equipment, the phone I started off with, which still works, and most of No Budget Reviews has been done on that particular phone. That is almost dead now. The battery has pretty much given up, so you get maximum 15 minutes out of that original phone, and it's fine. The quality's alright. It's not particularly good for in-car filming like this, but that's the aesthetic of No Budget Reviews, and so that's the way it is. So we're going to make just a couple of changes, I think, to the way that I do things, just so you get sort of reasonable quality from things. I mean, if you do a series of videos called Slightly Shambolic Shuffles, and you apologise for all the quality at the beginning, then, I shouldn't really have to say anything else. I don't really want to just keep apologising over and above what I have to do. I'd rather not have to do that, because most people at the beginning of the day don't apologise at all, but I feel I have to, because it's just the way that it is. It's the sort of way that the videos are made. So that's one thing. So also, I'm very grateful to all of you who watched the video on the Renault Laguna. It was an unexpected success. It was actually outperformed like everything else last month, like absolutely everything else. And I was quite surprised about that. I thought some of the shambolic shuffles might have done better than that, but for some reason they didn't, and that was a real success. I have at the time of recording this, I have 2 more videos from that trip to Bedfordshire from the chaps who run the NA Turbo channel, and the 2 cars that are remaining in there, one of them I think you've probably already seen by the time that most of you see this video. They are quite different, both those are running 2 cars. Also, contingency reviews, the final episode from the trip I did to Dudley in June is coming out, and I know the car will seem quite boring to you, but I think the video is actually quite funny, because I wasn't very fond of the car particularly. It's a very popular type of car, and there's thousands of them around, but I wasn't very impressed with it. So there are various moments in which I think the video gets quite amusing. So contingency reviews can actually be very, very popular. Like, some of the videos I made last year and beginning of this year were contingency reviews, and they've been quite popular. So don't necessarily dismiss those as like, oh, it's some boring modern car, because actually this one's quite funny. Talking of contingency reviews, I think we've got some more of those coming up, because I am due a trip to Summit Garage in Dudley again next week at the time of recording this, and they've very kindly said I can come back and do some more. Summit Garage have been extremely good to me over the course of many years. They are no longer actually a main franchise for new MG sales. They are now a used MG sales franchise, as well as an authorised repairer. So you can get MG service phones. They're not doing new MG sales anymore. So the cars you like to see, you will see some MGs, used ones that I'm planning on doing. I think I was planning on doing some last time, but they weren't available. So you might see something there, but also you see other makes. It was a bit like Russian roulette last time. Literally, half the cars I filmed from 6 in a day, half the cars I filmed I didn't know I was going to be driving that morning. So I just find that sort of thing quite interesting, going to a particular place and just seeing what they've got, which will be good. I've also got a trip to the West Country planned for later this month, and there are a couple of cars that I've been offered by viewers that generally I'm not able to get to because I'm doing some work down there. I'm going to go and film some other cars as well, so I hope you'll find that exciting. Of course, one thing I definitely must tell you is that I will be attending Rustival 2, which is on the 28th of September, I think, at the British Motor Museum. I've been asked about that for months, and yes, I am going there. I'm hoping, and this is something that I don't know if it will come to pass or not, I'm actually hoping to bring the Sunny to that. Mr. Coleman has actually serviced the new engine that's going into the car. It just needs to go into the car. So we're still waiting for him to have time to do that. He's a very, very busy man at the moment. He's got so much on. He will be there as well. I can't remember if he's bringing his Granada or something else. Last time he was there, his Granada won one of the awards, so possibly might bring one of the experts there on the day. I think he'll be planning on helping people out if they have questions. And of course, I think it'll be a very busy point with many questions that people will be having for him. So be there. Also, the BL Autumn Rally is happening the very next day in Milton Keynes, so I'll be getting that as well. The footage won't necessarily go up that close to the day, because Rustival stuff will take priority, and I don't know how many parts I'm making. Who knows? There'll be a million people filming that, I'm sure, but I am determined to be there, because I've known Mr. Richardson and Ian Seabrook for a long time now. It's over 5 years I've known both of them, and so even if there weren't loads of people filming there, I still want to go. But I think that what I do with Shambolic Shuffles is quite unique. I don't think anybody else quite does it the same way, and so I will be doing it. There are people who I know come close. I think was it John Copeland, who I think filmed 3 hours there last time. So I'm imagining that the footage I'll be doing might be even longer than that. We'll have to see. I don't know till I get there. But I won't be, unfortunately, it's the same with a lot of things that I say with shows. I just won't be able to stand around and chat to people. I've got to get round it. It's going to take me several hours, and I don't have to concentrate on getting round. So even if the Sunny's there, even if I've got my little well, it's not a poster exactly, it's like a sort of little sign that I have that sort of I've used in the past, actually with a channel logo and things on it, which doesn't like going outside, it doesn't blow over. So we might bring that. We might bring that banner. We might not. I don't know. Even if it's there, it's no guarantee that I'm anywhere near. It's just that I'm actually there. So if anybody, that just to say to anybody, it's nothing personal. It's just my main focus is not to be on the stage or being an expert in Mr. Coleman and things like that. My priorities with everything else is just to get around and cover it the way that I normally do. And so that means that I have to be very focused, and I haven't really got time to sort of have a chat with people. It's just unfortunately the way that things are. A lot of other people will be there who have much bigger channels, and people seem very excited about them coming. So if that's why you're there, then you can go and meet them, can't you? Whereas for me, I have to stay focused and get on with what I'm doing. We'll still be having the visit to Barron's Classic Car Auctions. I'm actually on the way there literally now to do that. Also be doing the top 10 best-selling cars, which I find very interesting personally. It continues to be interesting because of this zero emission mandate for electric and some very, very, very kind of high-end plug-in hybrid cars that meet that mandate, and the government have got to sort of meet this target for however many they sell with manufacturers. So manufacturers make this target, the government have said they have to. There's a video on that coming up soon actually, it explains a lot more about it. So I did a bit of research into this, and yeah, it's not necessarily the best idea, this zero emission vehicle mandate. We've also got plenty more episodes of No Budget Reviews. I just filmed over 2 of those over the weekend. Sensible Second-Hand Classics, we've got several of those still to come. Also Sensible Second-Hand Reviews, probably by the time we get to go through a couple of those. And of course No Budget Reviews, which continues to be considerably popular in comparison with the amount of work that I've put into videos, which always surprises me that those are the ones that reviews that I've at least ever put in, and yet they do the best. But that's the way the channel is, and it always continues to surprise me. So there we are. I think that's enough for the explanation of what's going to be going on in September 2024. Thank you very much indeed once again for continuing to watch, particularly if you are new to the channel. I really appreciate the new subscribers that I've had, the couple of new members that I've had. Welcome to the Madness and Insanity, not necessarily the most professional channel. We actually will be having a very vague vlog, in fact I think 2 very vague vlogs in a row explaining 2 jobs that I've done over the course of 2 weeks for clients, because some of you might be interested in that, some of you might not know that's what I do. But I don't do too many of those. Maybe I should do more, I don't know. It depends if you find them boring or not. I mean, the figures to me obviously will tell me whether people find the videos boring. So yes, but I find it interesting because I've been doing it for many, many years. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again very soon in October 2024.